What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. I'm one of your hosts, Smitty. I'm here with my boy JMIK. What's good, JMIK?
Not much, man. I'm trying
Big
to
money over there, boy. Big money.
yeah. And we just trying to make our way through the off season, man.
I'm here with my sis Pop. What's good, Pop?
Hey, what's up? I'm chilling, glad to be back with you and the people.
Hey man, the one we love, the love, the hate, however you want to say it. Certified, my God. What's happening with
Hey, listen, on the right side of 6 feet, brother. That's the best I can do today.
you? That's all we can do every day, man. What's good, Darren? How you doing, brother? Uh, hey man, we got a few moves, but what I mean, big money down here. You link to every player. Moving around. You know what I mean?
But that's not a good thing, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like going through my day every day, being in these spaces, just listening to the news. It's like my team name is in every damn thing. Like everything, every possible rumor, my team is involved with it. I'm just not okay with that.
Yeah, you definitely in every pot. But I mean, what's your what's your goal, man? What's your goal? This. You know.
The goal got to be to try to secure a tackle. First and foremost. Whether that be Cam Robinson, excuse me. Whether that be Cam Robinson, whether that be Ronnie Stanley, like we need to solidify a tackle because we don't even got any tackles on the team that's worth a damn. And then the other thing is on the other side of the trench is like we need to secure either an edge or like an interior D tackle. So that's that's kind of the goal. Like getting a wide receiver is cool and all, like, but I feel as if I could do that in the draft. Like I'm not even too big on the options out there. But for me, it's showing up the trenches. Like just making sure we can be able to rush the pass and stop the run, and protect our quarterback. That's the goal for me.
So you say Cam Robinson. What you think it take to get the deal done with Cam? Is he a free agent? Do you got to trade for him?
Nah, Cam got traded by the Jaguars to the Vikings when Darisaw went down last year. So Cam is a free agent. So I'm not giving Cam Robinson $20 million a year. He's not that good of a tackle. I guess the one advantage that my team has is that my offensive line coach, like that's the guy that drafted him or was part of the drafting process in Jacksonville. So we kind of got the inside track to him. I think for Stan, not for Stan, but for Cam, maybe something like 12, 15 a year. 15 is the most I'd go. And I would only want to give him a 2-year deal because for me, he's like a stopgap. Like he's kind of like in quarterback terms, like he's kind of like a bridge quarterback, right? Like you're picking him up for him to last for a couple of years until you can get your like franchise, left tackle. Like that's my goal with that. Ronnie Stanley gonna be a little bit more expensive because he's the top tier left tackle on the market. I think for Ronnie, you're talking $20 million a year. Like I don't think for him to leave the Ravens because he's also a free agent. For him to leave the Ravens, I think that's what you're looking at, $20 million. That's what you're gonna have to pay him, and that's pretty much the market for like top tier left tackle. So, I think he had I want to say they say he was like a top 10 left tackle in the league last year. So that's kind of what you're looking at.
Well, you talked about the D line.
They pulled up on you.
Ronnie a free agent, my boy. I'm sorry to tell you that. Y'all had ample time to sign that boy back. I'm not sure to tell you.
Do the Ravens got money?
I think they got a little bit.
They got a little bread.
We'll see. Listen. I'm just gonna say if Stanley, Ronnie, he get a great offer from Patriots. He's like, listen, I may want to go over there and protect Drake May. I may want to be a part of this future with this young bull right now.
But it's not just us. I've even heard Chief fans talking about, Ronnie Stanley. But for the Ravens folk, bro, like you and you got into the 12th. If you don't, if you don't ink that man on the 12th, he's open to a whole bunch of teams. So just saying.
Well, I'll just say this: left tackle is a high commodity if you don't have one. So if there's a great one that you let hit the market, it's gonna be a bidding war because they don't just become free agents that
Oh,
easily, you know.
yeah,
Like,
they ain't a dime a dozen, Pop.
yeah, man, it's
I mean,
hard. It's hard for you
Especially
to
not the good
find.
ones.
Hmm.
You can catch a few of them Rudy pools out there now a few times, man. You know what I
yeah.
mean? You be
Yeah, but
upset.
I'm talking about like somebody you feel like, okay, yeah, this solidifies the left side of my offensive line. Them guys don't become free agents every day, so
Yeah.
you better secure them, man.
And also think Ronnie going to cash in because of
They got, I mean, they got 48 hours though. They got 48 hours though.
Well, I mean, like they got to the they got to the 12, they got to the league year starts because I mean, like they can sign him. I mean, before any team like the
Okay, they
Chiefs,
can match, right? They still
yeah,
can match from the
yeah,
10th to the 12th.
they can do all that. But once, I mean, once it's March 12 at 12 p.m. Eastern time, noon. I mean, it's an open market, my boy. So I'm not sure what to tell you. And I mean, also for Ronnie, what was helping Ronnie as to him getting the bag is like the tackle draft class is not good. So I mean that's another way that he benefits too. So
Yeah, it's very shallow at that position. And if you're talking about left tackle, it's very shallow, even more with that. So yeah, this is listen, he a high commodity because there's a couple teams fan bases I heard talking about how they need that position solidified on their team, and y'all brought one up, the Chiefs. Like they don't know who they're gonna have at left tackle coming into this new season. So that's something that they looking to target.
yeah, and I looked it up. Like the Ravens right now have 10 million in cap space, so they're gonna have to make that work somehow if they want Stanley to come back. So
Wow, 10 million?
I mean, well, yeah, it's 10 million, but I'm not sure if this is at the old salary cap number or it's like the new one. No, actually, it's the new
They
one.
done changed it. They
Yeah.
done changed it, updated.
Well, a lot of that
Yeah.
new money ain't gonna hit. Like, there's gonna be changes once the new league period starts. So that's just kind of what it is now. But I think more money could potentially come off or be added. I don't know because I don't know what moves the Ravens have made
I
off
mean,
top. So.
I mean, my thing is the Ravens really want to bring him back. They could always, I mean, Lamar's contract. I mean, Lamar not going nowhere. So I mean, like you could just try to restructure his joint to get more money. More money to sign Stanley if that's what they want to do. But I mean, like we're not in that front office, so we don't. I mean, like maybe they okay with. I mean, like Stanley just going. I mean, who knows?
That wouldn't be a great move, but
I would not. I mean, it'd be good for me, but I mean, it wouldn't be good for them.
It'd be good for them. I was talking about more for the Ravens than anybody else. How y'all feel about like the moves that the Bears have made over the? I mean, obviously older guys, but an
I think
attempt
they
to solidify the
understand.
line.
I think they understand they need to protect their investment. Um, I think they understand that line that they had Caleb behind is not something that can work again this season if you want to see progress not only in your team but in your quarterback. Because if you don't have the pieces in place to allow him to have time, because there's times he didn't even have the ball snapped, the rushers in his face, like he didn't have no time for nothing. So if you can give him that time and just allow him to get more comfortable year two with Ben Johnson, they understand they need to protect his growth and their investment in his growth as their franchise quarterback.
I mean, personally, like I like the moves, because they got what was his name, Jonah Jackson from the Rams, and then they traded for Tooney. I mean, Tooney's a no-brainer to me. I'm kind of surprised that when they traded for Tooney, they didn't extend him right away because I thought that's why the Chiefs traded him because they wanted to extend him, but they just didn't have the money to do it because the Chiefs got other players they got to pay. So I'm surprised the Bears haven't extended them, but I mean, pretty much the Bears have. I mean, like their guard position right now is solid. Not sure who they playing at center, and I mean, like they spent draft capital the last couple of years trying to draft tackles that were not really quite tackles, but they got to see what they could do about the tackle position. I mean, they got the 9th or the 10th pick, so I mean, they
Yeah,
can
they're at 10.
tackle that can be a right tackle, and at least most of their line would be set up except for the left tackle. I mean, for the most part.
I mean, to me, I think who did they draft in the draft with Jalen Carter? What position was that? I know it was line, but do y'all remember what position it was?
I think the kid they drafted was supposed to be a tackle, but then he ended up being a guard. I mean, I can look it up, but that's what I thought it was.
I thought they got a tackle, but
yeah, I thought it was the kid from might have been the kid from Tennessee. I mean, Jalen Carter was drafted what?
nice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember the year though. I think it was
2023.
Yeah, I can look it up though. So let me see.
Should have been the 10th pick.
Yeah, it's taking forever to load up. Yeah, that year they took Darnell Ray. So I was right. Like it was the kid out of Tennessee. Darnell was supposed to be a tackle, but I don't think he's a tackle anymore. I don't think that worked out for them. Or he might just be their right tackle. Could check their depth chart real fast, but yeah, it's just like, yeah, I mean, like the coach is like, I'm not playing no games. Like I'm not about to be playing these like, games where we can't run the ball. And I mean, Caleb Williams is just running for his life. He's like, we're just not going to do that. Yeah. So like Darnell Wright is their right tackle.
Okay.
So right now, so they kind of set they're set at the line for the most part. I don't know about the center Coleman Shelton. I don't know how good he is off the top of my head. And their left tackle is Braxton Jones. I don't know how good he is either. But I know they drafted the kid last year, Karen last year. So I don't know. Maybe they got plans of him being a left tackle, possibly. I'm not sure, but I mean, like their line is definitely boosted up. From the line that they had last year. So I mean, Caleb should not be like running for his life.
Okay, Pop. For the Saints, do you have like a wish list, or what do you need to do? Do you feel your team needs to do?
My wish list is to get that bum that wears eyeshadow off my team.
Yeah.
And I think we got like 8 draft picks right now. And if I don't know if they cool with staying at 9. I'm cool with them staying at 9. But if they decide they want to trade back to get more draft capital, I'm cool with that. Because there's a lot of holes we have to fill. I think there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be gone that won't be retained. And that's going to free up some of the money issues that we have. But yeah, once that bum at quarterback leaves my team, that's when I feel like we can really start rebuilding this thing,
Yeah, I feel you. So obviously, with Derek Carr gone, what's the move? I mean, obviously, what's the move after that? Like Spencer Rattler, do you draft somebody late in this draft to bring in behind Spencer? Do you bring in a
I'll say this. I liked some of what I saw from Spencer last year when he was forced to play. I liked, especially the last couple of games, specifically the last game of the season against the Bucks. I think that's the first time I really saw him where it all connected for him, right? Where the offense, the playbook, like everything, it all connected for him in that game. The Bucks did win, but I like the progression I saw out of him. I also think he fits what Kellen Moore likes to do with his quarterbacks. I don't think Derek Carr really fits that mold. If you just look at the success of quarterbacks Kellen Moore had, they had some type of mobility to them. Derek Carr is not that. And I think Spencer gives you that. Now, if there happens to be a quarterback that falls to us, I wouldn't be surprised if they draft it. Do I want them to? No. But at this point, I truly don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. There's like too many things up in the air. So until the team makes some moves, I genuinely don't have no idea what their intent is at this moment.
I feel that. Certified. I mean, obviously, you kind of leading like the boards in the rumor mill of guys gone. So Debo is out.
Hey
Brandon
man,
Ayuk is on the block.
what's the off season without motherfuckers talking about the 49ers and contracts and shit. I mean,
It look
that's
like
when the
it look
off
like
season really
Ufunga out
starts.
too, right? Ufunga out too, right?
Oh yeah, we ain't had no bro. We've been drafting safeties for 3 years. We haven't. Nobody has been trying to retain Hufunga. I don't know why people keep talking about Hufunga. It's because it's a name. That's why. But everybody wants Hufunga. Please take that nigga. Because everybody that is so enamored with him, they can never tell me what he's good at.
I think they're enamored with him because of that 1 year that he was like an All Pro. I
In
think,
2021,
yeah, I think that's what it is. To be honest with you, like I think a lot of people look at that year and they wonder can he be that guy? Because didn't he like what he tore ACL or something? It was something like that, right? It was
last year, yeah,
23 he tore an ACL, something like that, or something
last
like
year,
that. Yeah.
20, yeah, 23.
Yeah, so it's like but this is what free agency is about, man. Like you got a lot of names.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? Like you look back to 1 or 2 years and you hope that you sign a guy and you can get that guy from that one All Pro or Pro Bowl year. I think that's what a lot of people hope for in terms of free agency.
I mean, if they're looking for what Hufanga does, you might as well just go get you a linebacker.
Yeah, I mean to me he's not that good in coverage to me.
He's awful in coverage.
Yeah, is not. I mean, now when I
He a
say this,
great tackler. I mean,
I'm not saying he's Troy Polamalu, but
I
that's
mean,
what
if
it.
he can get there,
Yeah, I
he can
mean,
tackle if he can get there, but half the time he can't even get there because he's so fucking slow.
yeah, I mean, like to me, he tried to model his game after Troy Polamalu, but he don't have Troy Polamalu speed and I mean instincts. I think that's what the issue is.
Yeah,
So
like man, defensive coordinators, I mean, offensive coordinators be playing with him, man. Like he think he saw something on film and he just completely abandons his assignment. Now he's in fucking no man's land, and his feet is in the sand because he's slow as fuck. So you blew your assignment. This motherfucker is 15 yards away from you, wide the fuck open. You in the motherfucking backfield looking like a fucking idiot, and you too fucking slow to catch up to the play. That's why we've been drafting safeties.
didn't you draft a kid out of Florida State last year, or was that a corner?
No, Penn State. We that was a corner. We drafted a safety out of Penn State two years in a row. Year before it was Jair Brown, and last year it was Mufasa,
Yeah, I'm thinking about and Ronaldo.
Malik Mufasa.
Yeah. So I was thinking about and Ronaldo Green out of Florida State. That's what I was thinking about. But I think he's a corner, like you said. So
I mean, I wish him well, but it's like, uh, of course, don't take this wrong, fellas. I be in the Jets commute, and it's Hafunga, and I was like, y'all motherfuckers do not watch football. All you know is names. You clearly do not watch football. You just watch Jets football and Bills because they be busting their ass. Um, but it's like y'all just know names. That's it.
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fans like that though, bro. A lot of fan bases
It's
like that.
frustrating. Dolphins fans too.
and
But it's
I just
like,
think a lot of people that watch football, they watching it, but they don't know what they watching. I think that's
I
what the
say that
issue
all
is.
the time, dog. Most of these motherfuckers have no idea what the fuck they're watching. They understand the results of a play. They
Yeah.
understand a first down. They understand what a sack is. They don't understand how that first down happened. They don't understand how that sack happened.
yeah, they can't break down the fundamentals of football. They could just tell you what happened. They could tell you, hey, I seen a sack. Hey, I seen this, but they can't really be like, hey, because the linebacker confused the quarterback. He didn't see the coverage properly. The DN was able to, maneuver around and get to the sack. Like they ain't gonna see that shit.
Well,
But
yeah.
no, man, listen. I like I said, I hope he lands somewhere nice because I definitely want that compensatory pick.
Hello.
But he's not making or breaking my secondary.
Do you think he'll get paid in the range where you'll get,
No,
yeah, I don't think he'll get the
no,
top.
no. I don't think he will be expensive at all. But he just doesn't. We don't have the same team around him
Fact.
to make up for his deficiencies. Our secondary is different. It's a lot younger. We don't have the experienced guys back there to make up where he lacks. So it's like, if I'd rather, like, I think Mufasa and Hafunga are pretty much the same. But Mufasa is way faster than him. Like it's not even close. So I'd rather go with the younger guy that is a lot cheaper and a lot faster.
Yeah, and I mean the problem for him is there's other safeties on the market that's better than him.
A
Like,
lot better than him.
yeah, I mean, I mean, like I think the top name on in the safety market is Javon Holland. And I mean, I heard a couple people thinking that he's gonna get 20. I don't think Javon getting 20.
20?
No, I
No,
don't think he's getting 20
he's not
because
elite.
yeah, I mean, because I mean, like the dude from the Giants last year, I think his name was Xavier McKinney. I mean, he went to the Packers, and I think he got like 17. And then and you seen his production, like he had a lot of interceptions this past year. And so like Javon, I don't think Javon gets those kind of the interceptions that Xavier gets. So I mean, to me, I could see him getting like 15, maybe 15, 16 at the most. Like I don't think he's getting more than that though. Unless you get a desperate team. Now there are teams that are desperate and they got money to spend and they're willing to blow it. So that's something that you got to keep into consideration too. So
I mean, boy, willing to blow it is an understatement.
but,
they
I mean, like,
giving you blank
Javon,
checks at this point.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Javon's a good safety. I just don't think he worked top of the market safety money. That's all.
But he probably will get it though.
I mean, if you got a desperate team that think that they need a new safety and they don't really love the rest of the free agency class, I mean, he might be able to get 20. I don't think he should, but he might. You never know.
Yeah, true. I mean, you know what? Like free agency done got so like pumped up, like people ain't even. I mean, it's people still tuned in on the draft, but so many people like, man, I need this person to just not get signed by their team. It's like, dang. Like the Eagle, like we've been like having like a constant space. People will just pop in and be like, "Hey, y'all think y'all signing Milton?" Like, no, we're not gonna sign Milton. Like, what y'all think the price is? 20, 20, 21, 22, somewhere in there.
Hey, I forgot Chin's still out there too.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
he want to go back to the
and
Commanders, though. I think.
yeah, no, I heard from some Commanders fans talking how they feel like they are gonna try to bring Chin back. There's a couple of players on that defense that are rumored that they're gonna bring back, but I'm gonna be honest. Until this shit happened, I don't really listen to a lot of noise for real
Yeah,
because it's just that a lot of it is clickbait shit. Nothing's really confirmed from real sources at this moment. So until the moves happen, I'm gonna just be like, maybe it's a possibility, or I just don't speak on it at all. Cause like, case in point, there's potential free agents that we might let go. I don't know
yeah,
if that's true though, because I know there's some of these contracts that we can give. We can give nice deals. They ain't gonna be big money, but it'll, we can retain some players that I feel that we could work with what we're trying to build over here. But I genuinely don't know what we're gonna do. So it's just kind
yeah,
of
bro. That's why I don't like y'all never see me really interacting with quote unquote content creators because I'm like y'all hang on to these people's word like it's law. They have the same information that we have.
They just get it a little early.
Yeah, it's not even that.
And
It's not even,
if you put the pieces together, you might come up with some of the
but
same.
it's not even that. All of
Not
the information that they're putting out is shit that they're getting from Scheffler or Rappaport or or national people that actually have connections. None of these fucking content creators have any sources anywhere. But it's like they word things. They word their opinion. They word their thoughts as if it is fact or somebody told them that. And then the fans, the novice fans that we just talked about that really don't know what the fuck they're watching, they hang on to it like it's factual.
And then when the person is wrong, they're like, what?
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
just
there's a
wrong.
lot of rumors that get thrown. Like that's why I say, man, this is once the Super Bowl's over until the draft, man. It's like I call it lion season, man. Like you gotta just because someone says something that you think is credible or because you want it to be credible for your team doesn't mean that's gonna happen. So I mean, so that's the way I look at it.
It's like people forgot what the definition of a rumor is, bro. Like, it's like that's really how it feels to me. It's like y'all don't know what a rumor is because a rumor is just that something that is not backed by any evidence, and a lot of times probably second nature that you're hearing it. So
Uh,
like that don't mean it's true.
like for instance, this 2-3 days ago, a 49ers content creator started his post with the 49ers deeply regret signing Brandon Ayuk, and then they quote a beat writer, and they start the quote with quoting him by saying, "I think."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just like because like I was in spaces. I mean, people ask me about Brandon Ayuk. I like, is it finalized? They're like, well, no. Then I'm like, ain't nothing to talk about. Like, well,
Oh, well, the 49ers are mad at the contract. Who said that? Oh, that guy said it. You talking about the guy that said, "I think"?
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's an opinion, right?
yeah. And I got
What do
people
you
asking.
mean? You don't know what "I think" means?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I got people saying like, oh, well, like Brandon Ayuk on the page. I'm like, has it happened yet? They're like, no. Then I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about it until it happens. Like
And,
you're not gonna catch me wasting 30 minutes of my day talking about something that hasn't happened yet. It might not even happen to begin with. That's to me, it's a waste of time. So
Complete
that's just
waste
my
of
opinion.
time.
Yeah, so it was a waste of time. It's just like
yeah.
why am I going to talk about hypothetically something that ain't happened yet? Like
I
it
know who
doesn't
will be on your team though.
My thing is, it's like if a team says this is what we're going to pay you, or go to Pittsburgh, how did somebody force them?
the only way you're forced is if you want to keep the player, so you just pick because you really want the player. That's the
Fact.
only way I can see it. But
Yeah,
you have to
the
want people.
contract was on the table for 2 weeks, and they was like, okay, well, this is the contract. If you can find a better one, go find it. And then he came back and was like, okay, I'll take what you gave me.
Well, yeah, because no one's gonna give because he was still under the 49ers control. So it's not just the contract. Another team would have to trade for him and give up compensation. No, like teams don't really want to give up trade compensation and then pay you at the top end of the market unless you like you Jettas or Jamar Chase or someone like that. They'll do that for them players, but I mean, and I'm not saying Brandon Ayuk a bad receiver. I mean, he's a really good wide receiver. I mean, to me, he's a good route runner. He blocks really well. But for you to want 30 million and a team have to give up what a first or second round pick, like teams just are not doing that. And that proved itself out last year for him. So
Yeah, I think a lot of people. I think another dude that screwed himself last year is Hassan Reddick, boy. He finna get low end market. He about to get vet minimum.
yeah, but I also blame it on the Jets too, though. Like, why would you trade for somebody that obviously wants a contract? You trade for him and you don't try to extend him, or you're not even close to like. Why even trade for him in the first place? Like
Yeah,
that never made sense to me.
yeah. I don't think it's inducive of a team to even trade for a player and not automatically if he ain't got much time left on the deal extending them anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me either.
It should be a contract on the table when you put the deal for the compensation on the table for the other team.
Well, yeah, I mean, the second you trade a player and he's in the last year of his deal, you have to extend that player. Because the reason why
Well,
the original team traded him was because they didn't want to pay him, and the dude was probably threatening to sit out.
well, I'll say this. Not something that necessarily fits your scenario that y'all talking about specifically Hassan Reddick, but the Commanders haven't given Marshawn Lattimore an extension, though I feel like they will,
Mm.
considering the type of you give up a third, a fourth, and a sixth, you're going to give that man a new contract. You have to keep him.
That's a lot, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Especially in this draft, that's a lot.
yes. So there's times where I'm okay with a team not extending a player immediately after they trade for him because they probably just want to get the money right.
True. But I like don't Marshawn still got time left on that deal though? Right? He got like another year left.
No,
Again.
Let me look.
he
Hold on.
does, but it's like no guaranteed money left. Like nothing guaranteed. All
No.
his guaranteed got paid
Yeah,
out by
yeah.
us already. That's why we were able to get that much compensation because they didn't really have to pay him last year for real because we
Oh
paid
yeah,
most of
he
his
don't.
contract.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
He
I
don't
mean,
so
have no guaranteed money on the last 2 years.
yeah, he don't
yeah,
have no guaranteed money, but at least he on a
Not
contract
a
25,
penny.
25 and 26 though at
yeah,
least.
because what we did with him, I think the year before, we end up paying all any guaranteed money he had left. We converted it to I don't know all that cap lingo, but we were able to just pay him the season before
Oh, so you
to clear
restructured
some
and
space.
moved it.
Yeah, to clear some space. So we gave like all his guaranteed money got paid out the season before. So this year, no guaranteed money
Turn
left.
that thing
So
into a bonus.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but the thing
They
So
about the Commanders is though, like they got a lot of money, so like they can. His base for the next 2 years is 16 million. So if they want to keep him, I mean his cap is 18 million for the next two. So if they
yeah,
want,
so
if
I
they
think
feel
they
if
want to just create an extension that works for all parties,
yeah. So
for
I mean,
him
at least when they
and
traded for him
Marshawn.
though, they knew he had 2 years left on the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he could ask for a new deal or he couldn't. But like situations like DK Metcalf, a perfect example. He got 1 year left.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like if you trade for him, you got to extend him. Like situations like that, the player he's not going to want to play there. He's going to want to be extended. So
Not only that, it's like because like specifically like with that DK situation, right? If I'm trading for DK and I gotta pay him, that compensation getting lowered. I'm sorry. Because I'm not about to give up a high draft capital and have to pay this guy like a large extension as well. I'm just not doing that.
yeah, I mean, like I don't know what the Seahawks was smoking when they said they want to trade DK and they want a first and a third, but whatever they smoking, they should ball up and ball that shit up and sell it because
They're
they
not
ain't gonna
getting no first.
go first and third and then have to pay
Yeah.
the nigga. Like we wouldn't no one's doing that. Like and that's what I'm talking about earlier. Like my team, they talking about, oh well, he probably going to the pay. Like, first of all, I don't want DK on my team, to be honest with you. And I for damn sure don't want him for a first and a third and have to pay him $30 million. Like I don't like, yeah, I mean my team needs wide receivers.
But that don't help me.
But I don't want DK though. I'm gonna be real about it. I don't. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, but in this situation, I'm gonna be choosing, and I choose not to trade for that dude personally because I'm not paying the dude $30 million that can only run 3 routes. Like I'm just not doing that.
Yeah.
and the crazy part about it is he only run one of those routes good.
I was just about to say that, sir.
I mean, I
Like
run
like
that.
like like the other two was just fluffers. That's just to throw you off. He only runs one good route.
And that
Jeez.
route happens to be just running straight. I mean,
Exactly. Um, like looking back because I remember when AJ and DK was in that draft, right? And people were talking about their physique, how they're too big and stuff like that. I said with AJ Brown, I don't think people really watched him because to me he always had the better game out of those two. He did. And I thought like his success in the league would be a lot better than DK's because DK, outside of being big and fast, like you never really worked on your game as a wide receiver. Like you don't release well off the line. Like you don't really have a route tree that you've tried to expound upon. It's just I'm bigger than you, I'm faster than you, so I'm gonna dominate you. But if I have a corner that can handle all of that, you disappear now.
True. When you get aggressive with him, he get out of his game quick.
Yeah, I mean, because it's just like, I mean, like his mind gets out the game so fast. And I mean, to me, it's just like, man, I just don't, I just don't want to deal with that.
Facts, especially with a young quarterback. You don't need somebody that's
Yeah,
gonna be able to out of their game. You need somebody locked in.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly. You don't want to stunt his development because he's dealing with a diva nigga who think he better than he is.
Really, he's a crash out. And then my wide receiver room is super young. I mean, like the only veteran we have in the room is Bourne. That's it. The rest of them dudes is first and second year, and then our slot guys are third year wide. These are all young guys. Like I do not want DK in that room influencing them guys. So yeah, I mean, so and I'm all set with him.
I feel it. Man, there's so much going on. So who's the top free agent remaining now?
Just in general.
Overall,
Yeah, who would y'all say is the top remaining free agent?
I mean, overall, I guess you gotta say Sam Darnold. I mean, I don't love Sam Darnold, but like there's a lot of teams that's like checking for Sam Darnold right now.
yeah, I'll say he is the best.
His stock is up.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His stock is up. That boy. Jeez.
But I do want to say, I hope these teams that are vying for him understand his success was predicated on the pieces that were around him and the system he was in. I genuinely believe that. So if you don't have that type of talent, I don't know if you're gonna get that same Sam Darnold.
I mean, can they go look at the last two games though? Like that's kind of where I'm at. Like, did anybody watch the last two games that I watched? Because I seen a dude that turned into some mud pie.
Like, bro, I could actually say go to that Vikings game. Not the Bears game. I think it's the first or the second Bears game the Vikings had. That's when I started seeing the fall off. So it was much earlier I started seeing the downturn. I'm like, that's the Sam I remember. There we go. And it just got more exposed the later in the season it got.
I mean, I'm willing to put some money into that pocket.
I mean, I just think if you're in the free agency market, dibbling, dabbling in there, and you need a quarterback, it's because you're not high enough to get, Cam. And your current quarterback situation is trash. So it's like maybe Sam is better than your current quarterback or the guy that's about to hit the free agency for your own team. I mean, I'm not saying he's a top 10 guy, but he might be better than what you had. So I think that's also where it comes from too.
I agree because if you look at the team, I'll say the team that had the most heat behind Sam going there is the Seahawks. You just traded Geno away and you have Sam Howell as the only quarterback left on your team.
You exposed your hand.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, to me, I'm surprised they didn't wait till after free agency because Geno was not a free agent. So why would you like if you're Seattle, why do you need to execute, execute this trade right now? Like you could have waited until Wednesday.
But there was talk last year that the Seahawks were ready to move on from Geno.
Well, yeah, I think the main factor was that Geno want 40-45 million, and Seattle was like, we're not giving you that.
Yeah.
Bro, when I seen that report, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Geno did what?
Because I was thinking like the best deal for him is you get a 3-year deal with maybe 50-60 million guaranteed. That's it. Like your average per year is not going to be 45 million. Like you're not getting that.
See now this is some of the stuff that I'm talking about. I don't believe it. I feel like I'm just looking at what they're doing. They brought Brady in for a reason. Um, quote unquote, the Patriot way. This is not the Patriot way. I just don't see his agent exposing intricate details of whatever negotiations that he's doing with this new regime. This is the type of stuff that
No,
I
no, no, no,
just
no,
don't
no, no.
believe.
They saying he went to the Seahawks and
They
asked for
said that.
45 million.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
We're talking
all
about
right.
Yeah.
the yeah. We're talking about. I'm not because what you just said, sir, about the Raiders. I I agree with what you're saying. Like what you just said, I agree. I
Yeah.
don't think that they are doing that. We're talking about what was the conversation about Gino last year with the Seahawks and why they there was talk about them not keeping him in this new
Mm.
year was because of that. He was talking like he wants more money per year from them, and they weren't playing ball with that. So
Yeah, they saying he went to the Seahawks and asked for 45 a year.
I'm curious to see what the fuck they're going to do because apparently they like Sam Donald. Um, that offensive line is atrocious.
And I heard they like Jackson Dart too, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, but
because the
my
thing with the Seahawks, I
Well,
think they're
good
at
luck with
what
that one.
they're at 18 in the
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
You on a
hard for
hope
them
and
to
a
get.
prayer he fall that far.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
You on a hope and a prayer. Because if he don't fall, then what?
You-
Wait a minute, so Jackson Dart is in the first round now?
I think that's where they putting him at.
I mean, I
Oh,
always had him at the back end because I thought a team would trade. I thought one of the top 10 teams that don't take a quarterback in the first round would trade, like trade back into the end of the first round to get him, so they get him on the fifth year. But the way they talking about him now is like they talking about he going top 15. That's the way everybody talking about it.
hmm.
So I mean, I'm not a Jackson Dart fan. I never have been. I mean, I watched that football conference, the conference that he's in. I don't watch him piss away games. So I'm not a fan because like my issue with Jackson Dart, right, is at the combine he looked great because there's no pressure in his face. The dude got a t-shirt and shorts on, like he can make all the throws.
You sound like me.
But the problem is when you put him in a game time situation and there's pressure on him, he turns over the ball. Like that's kind of what he does.
Yep.
So that's why I don't love him as a quarterback. I don't like. I just don't see the love affair that like a lot of people, the analysts have, the Twitter people have. Like they love Jackson Darling.
Listen,
It gotta be the measurables, dog.
listen here, JMIK. Let me tell you something. Don't you fix your mouth to disparage a good white quarterback in shorts and tank tops. You hear me? Okay? Nobody cares about his actual game film. No, don't nobody care about the important shit. Okay? It's the aesthetics. He looks like he has quarterback face. You hear me?
So
All
you're
right?
saying
He looks
he's
good
quarterback?
in those shorts.
So the
Okay?
5 years I watched him at Ole Miss, I shouldn't take that as data,
Nah,
tangible
nah,
data.
nah,
No.
no,
Hell
no,
no.
Okay.
Did you
no.
see his hair at that combine?
Did you
Huh?
see how he flipped it, Pop? You see how he flipped it before he threw the ball? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Greatest
mean,
prospect since Zach Wilson.
Did you not see 6'4"? What?
yeah, I'm just like all set on Jackson. I mean, I seen him the Georgia game against my team. He played well in that game, but my team was having issues that game. But then, like, I seen him in the Kentucky game, seen him in the Florida game. Like, nah, I'm all set. Like, personally, if I need a quarterback, I'd be like, I'm all set. Like, I'd rather draft somebody else personally, but yeah.
Somebody gonna be.
And
Somebody
not
gonna be
to
good.
Yeah,
mention,
yeah,
did you
because
not
there's
see
been
that smile?
rumors that we were targeting him at 9. I said we draft Dart at 9. I'm done. I will. Sorry, but me watching this team, no,
Pop,
not happening.
pop. Oh, pump the brakes. He's a leader. Okay? You didn't see him smile? Only leaders smile like that. Unlike Shador. He has a
Listen,
really bad attitude. He doesn't smile enough. Okay? That is the
give
true
me,
sign of a leader.
give me that cocky black man. that's confident in his traits.
But that would
You
And
don't
he
want to
ain't
win.
downplaying his attitude.
If
I
he
don't want
Because
confidence. I want a smiler. I want somebody that
if they let
smiles
Shador
in
fall,
interviews.
oh my god! Hey, listen. When they let Shador fall to somebody that's gonna be like, all right, y'all let him fall this far, cool. That's gonna be gonna be an aggravation to people that let him fall, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
I mean, but I posed the question yesterday, like, what happens if Shador the best quarterback in this class? Because a lot of you niggas have been shitting on that boy for the last couple of months, and he could be the best quarterback in this draft. I mean that's not unlikely.
months, years, bro. Like the shit
Well, I'm just
I've
talking
seen
like
about
the
this
last couple of
man,
months.
yeah, like it's crazy because they was talking about his potential of what he'll be in the NFL, and they're like, well, there's only a couple teams I think that would really take him, but nobody wants to deal with that problem he gonna bring with him.
I mean, is someone burning something or something?
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the victory always should do. I don't even hate Shador. I think Shador could be a solid starter in the league.
It's his last name, yeah.
But that's the thing is like growing up as a kid. Like I like Dion growing up as a kid. Like when he was at Florida State, when I was a youngster, and then like when he was in the league, like, I always liked Dion. Like I mean, like for NFL player, man, I need you to be confident. Like I need you to know what you're seeing on the
But
field.
they starting to turn the confidence into cocky though, JMIK.
Like, come on, man. And you can miss me with all that.
It's no longer he's just out here, you know what I mean, just being confident in what he does, and you know what I'm saying, having belief in his arm and believing he can make all the throws. He believes he's the best quarterback in the draft. I thought that was the energy you wanted when you interviewed a young prospect, that he's top of the class, he's the best, he wants to go out and be and show it every down. Like I thought that's what you wanted to know. I didn't think he wanted to come in, man. Maybe I'm the third best. I don't think I'm the top.
I guess, man, that's what it seemed like. Cause
No, I'm just not. Like for
I
me,
swear
like,
I don't understand where this Jackson Dart is a first round talent came from. I don't get it.
I gotta listen. Like I know I might be crazy, but I got a feeling like he gonna end up jumping in there for no reason, bro. I got that feeling though, deep down in my heart.
I mean, it happens every year, though, man. To be honest with you, like a quarterback that you don't think should be jumping up, like I mean, like a couple years ago with AR, same thing happened with him. He jumped up there, and his career so far has been subpar, to say the least.
Now they looking crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it's because the Colts were so desperate to get a quarterback. They were so desperate that they just decided to go with AR because your belief is that his physical traits that you see is enough to overlook his lack of production in college, because you feel like, oh, I can potentially get a Cam Newton type. But Cam Newton had enough college tape for you to be like, not only is like he talented as a quarterback, but his physical traits match what I can work with as well.
How much truth do y'all think is to that rumor that they're shopping him?
I believe it.
I don't, because it's like the kid didn't even play the full season yet. Like you drafted him top 5, like you got to give him at least one more season, I think.
I hear you. My thing is, just from what I've heard, and this is coming from the owner, coach, like the general manager, things that they have said. Well, here's the thing. I don't think nobody's trading for AR. There's that. I don't think nobody's trading him. I think people will pick him up if they do cut him, but no one's trading for AR. I do think that if AR doesn't produce this year, like they're ready to cut bait, because they feel like they have the pieces to be competitive in their division. And the only issue is the quarterback position.
Right.
I mean, to me, it's hard. Like, so you cut a kid in the second year, like of a 4-year deal. Like, I just think you got to keep him at least for the 3rd year and see what he does. And if he doesn't perform, then I think they'll get off him after that. Like,
yeah, I mean, he do got that. I mean, he's cheap, he's affordable. I mean, do you bring in somebody? I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you do to help him at this point. Like, who do you bring in that, I mean, can help him on the fundamentals of the game, how to be a professional? I don't know. It seemed like he need to put some time into taking care of his body, right?
Not
It's
only that, it's just the lack of experience. I think he had less than 13 starts as a quarterback in college.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, he didn't have a lot of college starts either.
Yeah, so like it's just his lack of experience is really showing in what we're seeing with Indianapolis. In addition to him not being able to stay healthy, like it's just compounded issues with AI right now.
true. I don't know, man. It's an interesting aspect of the season for a lot of teams right now. Uh, a lot of question marks. Like somebody said it earlier, like Jacksonville, they've been dumping a lot of talent off that team. I mean, and then you ask yourself like, what way are what in what way are they like what way are they headed? Obviously not a rebuild because you just paid a quarterback. So
Yeah, but I think their situation, they got a new front office, new coach. So I think it got a lot to do with the players not fitting their scheme. And then also they asked the players to take a haircut, and the players didn't want to do that. And then they were just like, well, shoot, if you don't want to take a pay cut, then I mean, you could just go elsewhere. And the players were like, no, we're not going to take a haircut. So it's like, cool, whatever. And they traded Kirk, and then they cut Ingram. So
Yeah, and then they also let Darby go, I believe, and
I mean,
they
Darby was,
let like 4 or 5 players go, I think, in a 2-day span.
yeah, I mean, Darby was ass though, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I always thought like they wasn't gonna retain him anyway, and why I with them at 5, my theory was they were probably gonna go with a top quarterback prospect because that's what they seem to be looking for. But now with this new regime, I don't know what they're gonna do at 5.
I mean, for me, their knees didn't really, because even though they cut Ingram, like they got Byron Strange, bro. I think that's his name, or Brenton Strange. That's right behind him. And I mean, like Brenton is not. He's a really good blocker tight end. I mean, he's got some skills catching the ball. So I mean, I don't. I mean, they might draft a tight end maybe later in the draft, or maybe pick one up off of free agency. The Jaguars to me is like I see them going like either tackle or corner to me.
right.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's their 2 target positions as well. Because I think the conversation is like if Will Johnson or Will Campbell is there at 5, you know, who they choosing?
True.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I might take. I think Will the best cornerback in this draft, boy. I think he got the upside, boy.
yeah, I mean, like the one thing that's concerned me about Will Johnson is like the injuries. Like
Yeah,
he wasn't at the combine. Not saying he might not be at the pro day. He gotta do like a special workout when he's ready. It's just like
Yeah, he's not doing his pro day because he's still dealing with that hamstring.
and I think the little workout he doing ain't it like the weekend before the draft or something like that.
yeah, it's like a private
Yeah,
workout. Yeah, I mean that always concerns me. Like if you can't do it at you didn't do it at the combine because you were hurt. You're not gonna be ready about a pro day. And let's just face it, Will Johnson didn't play the whole season either.
Yeah,
So it's like and I mean Will Johnson as a man corner, like I love the kid as a man corner, but I'm also not drafting the dude out of that's been hurt for this long either, though. So
it's a sticky situation for him, man. But hopefully, I mean, he taking his. I mean, his stock is obviously dropping. It's a lot of people on the Eagles like, what happens if he? Like, I don't think he falls that far, but people like, how every fan base is. They want everybody that seems to be the hot name on the market.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you this, Smitty. If Will Johnson falls out of the top 10, there are plenty of teams before we get to 32 that will draft him.
yeah. I don't think he falling to 32. I don't see
They let
it.
him fall that far, I would be, I would be questioning a lot of people around the league how Will Johnson fell to 32, and I'm gonna be concerned. Because obviously something showed up on the medicals that he wasn't worth a first round pick. He got to have the hamstrings of Marshawn Lattimore already to not get drafted in the first round.
I mean, something like that,
yeah. What's a team that's? I mean, I've been thinking about what Jerry Jones said, right, and what people have been kind of hinting about the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, I don't think we believe the Dallas Cowboys are one off season away from being the next team up. Who is one off season away that didn't make the playoffs? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was going to I was gonna ask this question. I had it written down in my notes. I was gonna originally say the Bengals when I first wrote it down, and then they opened up the trade block for every defensive player they got. I said, well, no, wait, I'm gonna have to go back and redo this.
I think the 49ers. I do. I think they dealt with a lot of injuries with the team. Also, they had some players that went through some tragic experiences. So there was a lot. But I do think if they've shown to me that I can trust they know how to put players, how to draft players and find the players that fit what they want to do. Also, I believe Solid is back with them. I like that for that defense as well. Yeah, I think the 49ers playoff window is still open. That's just how I personally feel.
For me, I'm gonna go. It's a team we was just talking about. Like I think it's the Colts. Like the Colts almost made the playoffs the last 2 years. They've been on the cusp of making the playoffs. If they could just get the quarterback, situation right, and then they could a couple picks, like if they could draft a quarter, and like some, maybe like an edge or like a D tackle. Like they could find themselves in the playoffs. Like they haven't been that far off. It's just the quarterback and, like I said, like the corner position. Like if they could shore that up in the offseason, I think they got a good chance.
I want to say the Jaguars, but I mean, not really. Probably the Jaguars or the Dolphins. They should make the playoffs, but they didn't.
Well, since certified took 2. God damn it. I'm gonna go with the one he said first though. I'm gonna go with the Jags, man, because I was that's who I was leaning towards. Was the Jags. I think a lot of the failures from that team last year was coaching, bro. Malpractice as a coach. Some of the players that you had just wasn't healthy. You know what I mean? You ran through a lot of like adversity last year, and it's almost like I believe if you can bring in the right guys and you can add to that room, because if you look at it on paper, they got the talent in the on the roster to be a competitive team. But last year, you would have thought, bro, they were like, you would have listen. This what I had said in the space. You would have thought last year that the Jaguars had the roster the Commanders had, and they had flip flop.
Hey,
Because the results you got from the Commanders is what you expected to get from the Jags.
So I just seen this drop like 15 minutes ago. The Bengals and tight end Mike Gesicki have come to agreement on a 3-year, $25.5 million deal.
Okay.
So the Bengals is just like, fuck the defense, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Joe Burrow, you are a Superman. Get it done with your super.
I said this last year about the Bengals. Y'all are blaming Lou for decisions the GM made.
Right.
And so you let Lou go. You bring in a guy who has former ties with you from Notre Dame. And then now you're shopping your top defensive player on your team. your best defensive player on your team. Now you're trying to shop him. Okay. Okay.
I mean, in their defense, you are talking about a fan base that is stuck in 2021. Um, a fan base that swears that the entire NFL is scared of them for a team that no longer exists. So you have to, you kind
Yeah,
of got to
majority of that
handle
team
them a
is
little
gone.
delicately.
Yeah, but you got to start questioning the ownership, man. I'm not gonna blame the fans for this because for me, it's like, I'm just a fan. Like I don't control what the team does. I can only root for the team. So I mean, obviously, like they're gonna have a jaded point of view because it's the team that they love and they cheer for. But from an organizational standpoint, it's like, did y'all watch last season? Like y'all were scoring towards the end of the season 30 points a game. You were 9-8 and you didn't make the playoffs, and you don't want to pay the guy that's been leading the league in sacks for the last 2 years in a row, but you want to pay Mike Gesicki, and this is a heavy tight end draft, and they've been drafting tight ends. So like, what the hell are you doing?
Not only that, to add what you just said, JMIK, you scoring 30 plus points a game because your defense is giving up 30 plus points a game.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not I love defense. I love offense too, but you have to have a balance. Like, you just cannot continue to rely on your quarterback. Like, what happens if he had to throw for 5,000 yards for you just to win 9 games? What happens next year if his stats regress? Like, let's say he don't throw for 5,000 yards. Let's say he throw for more interceptions and less touchdowns. You're not going to win 9 games. It's just not going to happen. So I just don't understand it. Like at some point, you've got to pay guys on your defensive side of the ball. Like, I get it. You got Burrow and Chase and Higgins and now Gesicki. I get that, but you've got to put some of your resources to the other side of the ball.
At some point, you do, and it seems like they taking away more pieces every day. I don't know, like I don't like how they handling the T Higgins situation or none of that. It's just, to me, it's just messy over there.
The Bengals did that to themselves though, because I do understand the Eagles have all the cards in regards to Chase last year, right? But if you give him a contract, you ain't gotta pay him the type of money he's asking for now. You don't have to worry about that.
Right.
And now you franchise T twice. So either y'all gonna pay him next year or he walks. Cause y'all can't franchise tag him a third time. And then Trey went to y'all last year saying, hey, yo, I would like a little bit more guaranteed money. A little bit, just can you give me a little bit? Because I am one of the top 5 defensive players in the league. Can you just give me a little bit? I'm not asking for all of it. Just a little. And you tell him no.
And now you out here searching for a second or a third when everybody know they probably gonna give you a fourth. Let's just be real. Let's be real honest about it.
I mean, for Trey, for my team that needs edge rushers, I'd give them my second third that I have, the Falcons third. I give them that.
Yeah, but you got, like Jamie, I'm just looking at it from a leverage point. Like teams gonna come in, they gonna lowball you because they know you made a mistake.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you're not getting a second. I mean, like I seen a report that they want either a second or a high third. You're not getting a second.
Third is your best. Third is gonna be your best.
The best thing you're gonna get is a third. And I wouldn't even give you, like, if I'm a team, I'm not giving you a high third. Like I give you like a mid round third or maybe a late third. I'd do that. But you're right though. What's probably gonna end up happening because his value is distressed. He needs a contract. So a team gonna be like, well, we're not gonna give you the third, but we'll give you a fourth.
Yep.
I mean, maybe they might make it a fourth, maybe a conditional third, and maybe put some kind of playing time situations in there or whatever. Maybe they might be able to get something like that.
I can see that working out.
But it's just like the Bengals. It matters me, man, because you're going to end up paying Higgins over $50 million in guaranteed money over the last 2 years. 2 years ago, you could have gave him that deal 2 years ago, and it would have been a 4-year deal. And you wouldn't, and for the last 2 years, you wouldn't have been worrying about paying, T. Higgins at the top of the market if you would have signed him 2+ years ago because the wide receiver market 2 years ago wasn't exploding. So you wouldn't have this issue right now, but you chose just to wait it out.
Fire.
Yeah, I mean, like the wide receiver market now is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna cap to you right now. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I mean, it's just like mismanagement and not having the fluid funds to be able to put money in escrow that you got to pay these guys like they're guaranteed money. And I know Bengal fans don't want to hear that, but it's like there's a reason why you're not getting these contracts done. It's just not because the players don't want to ink the deals. The players want a certain amount of money that you can't offer them. So they're not inking these deals.
That guaranteed money gotta be legit.
You do. And you gotta hold that bad boy in escrow.
Yes, sir. Thank God for Jeff Lurie.
I mean,
all the other owners that got their bread. I ain't just saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of owners that got bread to do it. It's just they don't operate the way the Eagles do. I mean, honestly, like the Eagles operate in a smart way. They draft young players. They recognize their players are good. They pay them when they're contract eligible, which is after their third year. They get it out the way early. You extend them so it's not costing you the most it's going to cost you. And then you just continue through that cycle, which is the best thing to do.
Think about, listen, Chase and Smitty got drafted in the same draft class with Waddle, right? Wasn't all them in the same class?
I believe so, but I mean, but you paid them
both
early.
Both of them got paid early.
Yeah, I mean, you paid Jalen early. Like, I'm pretty sure you're going to pay Jordan Davis early. You're going to pay Jalen Carter early. It saves you money in the long run. Like, I don't understand why teams want to wait to the end of the contract to pay these players, because players, I'm not going to say most of the time, but a good amount of time, players have career years in their contract year. And we all know why that is.
Yeah, because you got to get paid.
And what did Jamar Chase just have this past season?
Career.
Mm-hmm. And you know that value, that dollar value just went up for what he wants.
They lucky he didn't get OPOY.
I mean, he definitely could have.
They lucky, boy. If he had got that, he'd be sitting there talking about y'all ain't got no leverage, 40 or better. Let's do it. He already asking for 40.
What did Jettis get?
I think he's getting 35 a year, I think.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, you're talking about, I don't know if you're talking about like guarantees and all that stuff.
No, I'm talking about his APY.
Yeah, I think it's 35.
Okay. Yeah, that's Jamar either want that or something above that.
I think he wants more than that now.
Clear that shit.
You right, sir.
I mean, honestly,
the way he be talking too.
Yeah, I mean, like Chase probably won $40 million, to be honest.
Yeah, he said it. They said he won 40, and Justin got 35.
Got 35. That's not. I mean, people right now are saying Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver in the league.
Yeah,
Mick, you know how that works, dog. They were saying Cooper Kupp was the best wide receiver in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the Chase thing is different though, because everybody had Chase in their top 5 anyways.
Right.
So that the Chase versus Cooper Kupp thing, like Cooper Kupp wasn't in nobody's top 5. I mean, like before that Triple Crown year,
he tried to force himself in the top 5 with a Triple Crown.
I mean, he had a top 5 year,
yeah,
but he wasn't a top 5 wide
season.
receiver. Yeah,
he's not a top 5 wide receiver. Yeah,
Chase is a little different though, because Chase has always been in that. For the last couple of years, he's been in that top 5. So it's just like now, like he had a Triple Crown, so you can say, well, yeah, I mean, he's the number 1 receiver. I mean, if you want to put Jettis number 1 and Chase 2 or Chase 3, I don't really care. I don't have a problem with
it. My thing with Kupp was, I felt like it was more of the system than it was him.
You got a point.
And my biggest I got you moment is the fact that him and Puka can't exist at the same time.
Right.
Because Puka is running the routes that he normally runs. If you look at the games that Kupp had, the only games where he had good games was where he got to run the routes. Like it's only one guy. Stafford is only throwing to one guy. And they run the same routes. So it can't be him if him and Puka can't exist at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Matthew Stafford, like that's his whole career though, man. With Megatron, and then he had Cooper Kupp, and now he got Puka. Like, I don't want to call him a one read guy, but man, he trying to get that ball to his guy.
Man, when I said that, they killed me. I said,
Listen, though, he's about as close, yeah, as you can get to a motherfucking one read as it comes.
Yeah, but to me, like he's got the talent not to do that. That's what he chooses to do.
And he's 6'5", goddamn it, and he smiles. Okay.
I mean, that's my thing about Matthew Stafford, man. He's got a lot of talent and skill that he doesn't have to just force feed the number one wide receiver. But it's just, I guess, early in his career, he fell
that's
into
the
that,
system.
and he never. But even with the Lions, though, he was doing that.
Yeah.
So I can't just.
But they threw downfield more. You know what I'm saying? At least they switched it up. They might have, the progression changed, the target didn't. But here, it's the same thing. It's like I don't know how anybody can watch the Rams offense and not fall asleep.
I mean, the thing about the Rams, though, like they have good skill position players. So I think that's why a lot of people like to watch them. It's not just Puka, you know what I mean? Like, they have the running back too, and so yeah.
Now I hear what Sir's saying because it's a boring brand of football for real. Like I don't be running to watch Rams play for like I don't. If there's another game on and the Rams is playing, I'm watching something else. Just because to me, it's like what he's. It's like it's methodical and boring. Like I don't like it.
I'm talking on mute. Very boring brand of football. I mean, they don't put the ball at the field enough. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like
6 yard dig, 6 yard dig, 6 yard dig, 8 yard out, 6 yard dig, 6 yard
drag.
dig, eight. Yeah, like it's just it is the epitome of dink and dunk.
Yeah, it's super dinking dumb. But I mean, it works
Hey
for
man,
them
it
though.
worked. It works for them. Stop it. If you don't like it so much, stop it. Stop them from doing it. It's easy.
That's the solution. If you can't if you want it done, if you want it to not be done, stop it.
Did y'all see that Bills and Rousseau deal?
They
What
resigned.
happened?
Yeah, I
Wow.
just saw it. I gotta find it again. Yeah, they just came with I think I saw a 4-year agreement. Let me see. Okay, so Greg Rousseau and the Bills reached an agreement today for a 4-year, $80 million extension that includes $54 million guaranteed.
That's not bad.
What? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Rousseau fan personally, but that's just me though.
That's okay. That's okay.
And I just don't think
Keep
he gets, yeah.
keep them average players, brother.
I just don't think he gets enough sacks for me. That's my issue with Rousseau. Like he gets pressures, but it's just not a lot of sacks.
Yeah, but I get it.
Let me just look at
That's almost 20 per. That's not bad. I mean that's.
Yeah, so
I think he's a starter. I don't think he's a difference maker. He's definitely not elite.
no,
I feel like that's difference maker money, and he's not a difference maker. But
because he's never
hey man, that's the price of the brick, right?
Yeah, but he's never had double-digit sack numbers.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he is a starter.
Yeah, I mean he's a solid.
That's his ceiling.
Yeah, I mean don't get me wrong. Like I'm not hating on Gregory Rousseau. Like I don't think he's a bad player. It's just like I mean my thing is like if I'm in a game and it's the fourth quarter and I need for you to get the quarterback down on the ground, I'm not so sure you can count on Rousseau for that. That's my issue, and it's like you paying that kind of money. That's what you're asking for. But yeah, man. I mean, like he ain't break the market or nothing, so it's not like he getting like top 5 pass rusher money. But yeah,
I mean, it's top money though. It's up there though. That's what bro said. That's game change. I don't know, man. Congratulations to Greg Russo. Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to end. I mean, like get a bag, man. I mean, like that's the thing. We're getting a bag for a player. Like always celebrate a player for that, man, because teams are not willing to give just bags away for free, man.
Facts, for sure. Man, Monday gonna be hype, but Wednesday gonna be the gritty, man.
Monday is going to be electric.
Yeah.
And I thank God so these motherfuckers can talk about something different. Oh Lord.
Nah, cause then you get certified. You know what happens once the dominoes fall. You get all the aggressive, hot, ridiculous takes.
Hey, I'll take something new. This horse is dead. There's a few horses in my yard that are dead as fuck, and they have been beaten to smithereens. Okay, we need new topics.
Once you start getting the top tier free agents getting signed, and you're gonna hear a lot of outlandish takes. Oh, we going to Super Bowl. We doing this. We doing that.
Yeah, somebody gonna be a Super Bowl winner in the offseason.
Yeah,
wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right.
Yeah, see, they don't got the Rousseau deal up yet, but it kind of makes sense though, because Rousseau. I'm looking at Rousseau's contract, his rookie contract. He was due to make $13 million against the cap this year. So by extending them, I'm pretty sure that cap number is going way down, and it's going to free up some money for them too. So,
I just want to say, Smitty, I've heard a certain fan base saying they about to go on a dynastic run.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too. They're going 3P.
Mm-hmm.
3P?
I've heard back to back. We gonna do the real 3P. Yeah, all this stuff. Mm-hmm.
I mean, back to back. I don't got no issue with that though, because if you won one, then like you supposed to go into the new year expecting to win again. The repeat.
Yeah, I'm not really hating that. It is the
3P.
That part.
The
3P. I mean, listen. Some people are fans and some people are crazy. I'm just a fan.
The entire Eagles fan base. Okay, got it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I believe we might be back, but I don't believe I ain't gonna speak on no 3P. You gotta do a lot to even be in the conversation, to even be running 3Ps. I mean, you first have to get the back to back. It's one step at a time, right? I mean, damn. I've heard it too, though. I have heard people be like, "Bro, we gonna 3P." I'm like, I'm like, bro, look, can we get through the offseason first? Just one step through the offseason, and then we can worry about the back to back. And then if we do get into the position where we can 3P, then we can make everybody else worry about the rest. But let me lock up Myles Garrett, and we can talk about back to backs.
Man, y'all need to let that shit go, dog. It's not happening.
Bro, sir, did you just hear this?
Bro, you don't have the draft capital.
Yes, I do. Don't worry about.
No, you do not.
Don't worry about what I got,
nigga. Don't nobody want that fucking shitty ass 32nd first round pick. Don't nobody want that shit.
That shit is chill, man. That's basically
and we gonna pay Myles. Don't worry about it.
Man,
don't worry about it. And we gonna pay Myles.
It's going to take that pick and one of your young promising prospects, dog.
Bro, just watch what happens, man. Just don't count Howie out.
Bro, ain't nobody taking that low ass first round pick.
All right.
Especially when you got teams, like the Patriots and the Commanders.
Yeah, but he also wants to go to a contender.
And we're not giving up draft capital for Myles Garrett anyways. We're not.
So the Commanders aren't contenders?
I don't know. I gotta see it again. And what y'all telling me? We gotta see it again, right?
You know the Patriots playing the AFC East, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, what that
mean? You got the Bills, and then you got a bunch of dog shit.
That's true. I mean, I'm definitely
so it's not easy. It's not hard to be a contender by proxy. I mean, the Dolphins are a fucking joke, dog. Like, it's no reason in the fucking world why the Dolphins shouldn't be a fucking contender.
Yeah, but if you ask certain fans, the Dolphins are a contender to make the playoffs, though.
And them motherfuckers are lying to you, Mick.
Hey, I'm just saying what they say. I ain't say I believed it, but that's what they think.
Don't count me out.
Hey, listen, brother. I've seen how we pull a few rabbits out of the hat, but this is a hell of a rabbit right here, dog.
And when,
Yeah,
they,
that's
and
a
when they come out the hat, y'all must be like, "Damn, Howie!" Just put. Hey, look. When he pull it out, when he pulled the rabbit
You
out the
gotta
hat.
relax. Thank you for
Pause.
cleaning
Pause.
that up, brother.
When he pulled the rabbit out the hat, I just want y'all to be like, "Yeah, he the goat. He the goat."
no. I want to know what type of blackmail he got on these people. That's what I want to ask. Okay, what is he extorting these teams with?
You know what it is, man. Howie is big risk, big reward. Because when they traded for AJ, everybody just thought that AJ was just an average wide receiver. Oh, that's not moving the needle.
Facts. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, that ain't doing nothing. But he took that risk. He jumped out there, and most times when he swings big, he hits. Has he struck out? Yeah, he struck out quite a few times. But he hit so many grand slams, nobody cares about him striking out.
Hey man, Andrew Barry used to work for the Eagles, man. He's just saying, man.
But wasn't he also a part of that regime that gave up all that guaranteed money that got them handicapped with a quarterback that's a bomb?
That's also
Mm.
That also might be part of it, but you know, Howie got him hired, so you know he gonna always love Howie, man. Just saying.
Like I don't have a problem with how he doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he tried to draft some foundation pieces in the draft, and then he swings big in free agency or in trades. You know, makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't honestly have anything with a real problem with what Highly does, just because, hey, the team agreed to it.
You know, and like character shit doesn't bother him. Can you play ball? You know, if you don't get with the program, we'll just get you the fuck up out of here. It's really just that simple. So he doesn't even give a fuck about character. It's, are you a football player? Are you an exceptional football player? Okay. And if you don't produce, he not gonna pay you. And if you on some fuck shit, he gonna get you the fuck up out of there.
which I don't got a problem with though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with that, because just because the NFL has shown me talent supersedes character a lot of times. Because as long as you're able to keep that shit like from becoming a stain on the league, you can do what you do as long as you're being
Yeah.
a great player. You get what I mean? So,
I,
listen, specifically with the Jalen Carter situation, I'm like, I understand he had that situation, but what he can bring to your defense, I think you should overlook that, because he's a very talented player, you know?
and not only that, Pop, the people that they have around him clearly are getting through to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's like I get it. I'm not, you know, turning my nose up at the quote unquote Patriot way, because that was a thing for a really long time. We want the Patriot way. Every shit. th- John Lynch even said the shit, you know, but everybody can't replicate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of need one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the league to be able to do that.
I
Like,
hear this nigga go.
I mean, I'm
Who let this nigga in here? Gave this nigga a mic.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I was being nice. I could have called a nigga the goat. I just said one of the greatest. I ain't say the greatest. I was being.
But not only, but
I
it's
was
not
trying to be
only
cordial.
that, JMIK. It's what he did. He never asked for top tier bag, which allowed y'all to constantly replenish talent around him.
Yeah, so it's like, but that's the thing. Is like everybody don't have players or quarterbacks like that. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
just the way that it goes. So like when people try to be like, well, I mean, like we trying to replicate this. I mean, in a certain kind of way, like the Chiefs have replicated the structure of the Patriots. I'll say that. I mean, it's a little different, but I mean, it's it's the same. If you look at the Chiefs and the concept of the Chiefs, it's very similar to the Patriots when we was winning Super Bowls. You got a star quarterback, you got a star tight end. You don't really got a lot at wide receiver, and then you got a really good defense. I mean, that's what the Patriots were. I mean, that's it is what it is.
Not
And
only
and
that, the
don't forget,
contract they gave
go
Pat
ahead, bro.
allows them to have flexibility in the players that they're able to pay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
And
that's definitely true.
they have a defensive mind that saved the day.
That's true too. Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, man.
Same thing with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spags,
He,
yeah, he
he just couldn't
definitely
say
helped
today
turn
in
that
Super Bowl
around.
59.
Nigga, y'all
Oh
know I got to
wow,
take
of
an Andy
course.
Reid shot.
I mean, but also like how the Chiefs didn't win in the I'm a fan of teams finding other ways to win in terms of like maintaining your roster and your organization. Like there's not just one way to win a Super Bowl. There's multiple ways. So I'm always happy to see like teams like the Eagles or like just like other teams, even like the Rams, like they find different ways to accomplish the same goal, pretty much. So
True.
because I mean, you ain't got to be like the Patriots or the Chiefs to win multiple Super Bowls in the course of a decade. Like there are different ways to do it. So
I mean, the Patriot way was like, but everybody tried to replicate it though, man. It was one of those things like if you could figure out how Bill Belichick did it, they believed you would get Super Bowls out of it.
yeah, but the thing is, I mean, like that don't work everywhere. It just don't. It's only working in a select few places. So sometimes it's just best to find your own way and to perfect your own way.
Mike got close. Mike got close outside outside the building using it.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he's back in the building, but I don't know. Like, I don't attribute him to Bill Belichick. He played under Bill, but he never coached under Bill. So
but everybody that played for Tennessee said he basically called it the Patriot way. Everything he did, they definitely said like, bro, he was just like Bill. Like it was people that said, "Oh, I played at Tennessee, bro, but I played at the Patriots first." And Mike was basically Bill, the younger version. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do see there's subtle differences though. Like you want him to be real about it. Like I do feel like Mike values the wide receiver position. I don't feel like Bill ever did. That's just the way I feel. Okay. And I mean, like Vrabel wasn't behind AJ Brown getting traded. Like that was the GM because what I heard, he never wanted to trade him in the first place.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I think
they fired Buddy. Remember?
Well, I mean, you trade AJ Brown, you deserve to be fired, man.
No, you trade AJ Brown,
he didn't
then you
even
play
finish
him
the
and he
season.
toasted.
Remember?
Yeah, after AJ Brown toasted him, they fired him.
I mean, trading AJ Brown away was a receiver at that age and that level of production was freaking
third
insane.
round pick is malpractice.
I mean they got a first round pick.
It was a first. I thought it was a third.
Yeah, we got him a first.
Okay.
They ended up they drafted Traylon Burks.
Jesus Christ, man.
You're right.
Yeah, it was the first round pick that they wasted. It was not like
he should have been fired regardless.
He's still on the Titans. He's still there.
Yeah, he's there.
He's coming on his fourth year, and he's they're not. I don't think they're picking up that fifth year option at all.
It is. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Seeing what the Titans have become is I don't even have the words for it, man. Like they are the bottom of the Burrow franchise right now.
Did they make a big mistake letting Mike leave?
It was from what I hear from Cortland, because I'm in space with him a lot, and from what I understand, it was the owner, like him and like the because like the owner's like the daughter of like the guy that owned it before, and she's just real. I don't know what's the best way I could say it. Like she's really territorial, I guess you could say, and like if you're not going her way, she's just going. She gonna let you go.
Oh,
And
she's one of those. I'm the smartest person in the room, people.
I think so, because I think that's what happened with, like, like Ron Carthon. Like, everybody thinks that Ron was a good GM, and just all of a sudden she fired him because it's apparently got something to do with the draft or something, and he saw things differently than she saw them, and so she let him go. I mean, and, the dude was only there for like a year or two, because I mean he came from the 49ers.
Yeah.
A year.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, to me though, I'm not trying to disrespect Titan fans, but bro, like the Titans really ain't been nothing since the early 2000s, man. Like, I'm gonna just be honest about it, because after
they had that one little run. That was it.
Run. And I mean, like, ever since like the Music City like Miracle, they've been kind of bad,
abysmal.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It's shaky for them, boy. I don't know, boy. I thought they was gonna go on like a little, like, at least like consistent run. Tennessee back in the day, you just like, all right, they're gonna have a little nice little.
That's what I was getting at. Like, I know they're gonna play tough defense. They're gonna be they're not gonna be an easy out. They're well coached, but I can't say none of that shit now.
Nah, none of it. At least Vrave has some consistency in the room. Then you just fire him, and I mean, he been gone one season, and it looked bad.
I mean, like Mike could have got a job last year. To be honest, it's just somehow he didn't get a job. I don't know how, but he didn't.
I think he chose that.
He could have.
I low key think he knew what was going on in New England.
Well, I mean, the rumors were they wanted to hire him last year, but the whole Gerard Mayo and the contract being the successor thing they kind of Kraft felt some sort of loyalty towards Mayo because he put that in his contract, so that's just what he went with. Which at the time, a year ago, I told y'all a year ago, I didn't have no issue with it, because I mean, like, at least he, like, he promised the man something. He went through on it. I mean, now looking back at it, obviously wasn't the best decision to do that, but I mean, like, the man is a man of his word. So so, and I can respect that.
You think they gave him ample enough?
I just don't think he's ready to be a head coach. Like, I think he needed more time to be like a DC first, because he never truly was a full DC. Like, he was sharing those responsibilities with like Bill's kid. So I just don't think he was ready for the position. Like, I think he needed a couple more years. And I think when Kraft put that in his deal, he thought Bill was going to coach another 2-3 years. And then by the time that happened, like, he'd have been ready by then. But like, Bill kind of just ran the team into the ground. So I think he just said, nah, I mean, like, we just can't keep doing this. So he just got, I mean, like, sometimes you get a job and you're just a couple years too early for that job, and it just doesn't work out. I mean, like, Gerard, like, I mean, I still like Gerard. So I mean, hopefully Gerard get another chance somewhere else. And he's able to become a head coach in the next couple of years, maybe 4 or 5 years. He learned from the situation with the Patriots, and he just, I mean, like, he becomes a better coach for that.
True. I mean, it's a difficult situation when you like that too, because like, you're kind of in a situation where they're looking for success, especially a team like the Patriots. You can't really come in there and just play around. They got to see some type of growth, some type of consistency, some type of, path forward before they just be like, all right, well, we're gonna stick with you for a little while and see where we're going with this.
I mean, but I also said the same thing when we hired Vrabel. Like, I'm gonna give Vrabel the same energy they was giving Gerard Mayo. Like, if we turn around and win 4 or 5 games, I'm giving that man the same kind of energy that a niggas is giving Mayo. I've always said that. So I'm gonna keep it consistent. I mean, if the dude flame out, then I'm gonna speak my mind. But if they win 7, 8, 9 games, then there's nothing I could say. I mean, he would have had a better performance than Mayo in his first year.
So that's a successful season for you, 7 plus.
I mean, with me looking at the schedule, and I know the dates ain't been set, but a lot of teams that we playing, what I see, they should at least win 7 games. Like, 7 games should be the floor for them. It should be. Now, I'm not saying the ceiling is 11 games either. I ain't crazy. I probably say the ceiling is probably about 8. So it should be somewhere between 7 and 8 games. That's where their mark should be.
Pop, what's your what's an improvement for Kellen Moore coming in? Is it wins? Is it something improving as far as offensively, or what is it for you?
Shit, I don't know. Honestly, it's how are y'all gonna build up this roster? Because there's aging players I think we should move on from. And what I saw last year is we still have not addressed the wide receiver room sufficiently. We haven't. Outside of Olave and Shaheed, we don't really have nobody. So that's still something that needs to be addressed. The lack of depth we have on O line really exposed us this season as well. So I think the roster being rebuilt, or retooled, I should say, that needs to happen. And I don't think that's something that's going to be fixed in one off season. There's just not enough time.
True. True. Sir, what's something you want Kyle? I'm about to say Mike Shanahan. What's something you want to see Kyle improve on upcoming season?
I don't know. I want the motherfuckers to fix my defensive line. That's what I want.
So D tackle, D end, everything, pretty much a restructure.
Tackle,
Tackle.
defensive tackle, and a safety. Go get Jeremy Chan, man. Do
Okay.
it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
I think for me, I got a new OC. I think I want to see Kevin Patullo just get more creative, man. I mean, last year, we played good, but I don't think we was creative at all. I think we were very vanilla as an offense, very predictable. I just want to see us be a little bit more creative on the offensive side of the ball. Use some more emotion. We did bring in the pass game coordinator from the Dolphins, so I think he gonna come in and help with some of the motion looks. um, I just want to see more offensive uh efficiency, because I don't think this year coming up. I don't want to see like 500 carries for Saquon. You know what I mean? Plus to be successful, I want to be able to do more than just be Saquon or bust. You know what I mean? And then when he's not bust, it's like, oh, we got to rush into the pass game. I want to see us be even around the board. And sign Makai back, man, because everybody on my dog head, bro. Everybody want a guard now. Everybody want this man to be a guard. Get my boy back in the building ASAP.
I mean, you probably gonna have to hit him off with a nice little bag, man. I'm not saying top
Yeah,
of the
nigga.
market money, but a lot. Like I said this to somebody the other day. Like, if it was a calendar year ago, and I told you that people in spaces would be arguing over Mekhi Becton, you'd have called me bat freaking crazy. Like that's how crazy that the difference of a year makes. Like people teams in the guard like Mekhi. Everybody want the nigga now. It's crazy.
I would
Yeah.
have said, see, I told you niggas, Boston got that good cocaine, boy. I try to tell you.
Hey, man.
Mekhi Becton has been the topic of conversation in multiple spaces. That
Multiple.
Spaces.
I never thought that I would hear that.
I mean, you got fans of teams that was fighting to sign him. I've heard arguments in space the last couple of days. They fighting to sign him, man. I mean, I really thought I was in the Twilight Zone.
Get Mekhi back in the building ASAP, man.
I don't have a choice, man. Y'all paid Saquon all that money. You gotta bring back his help.
Yeah, you do.
You have to.
I mean,
man, have y'all seen the cap hits for Saquon contract?
I mean, but like Saquon, I'm not surprised though,
That's
man.
why you gotta bring back Becton, dog.
Yeah,
Saquon is like the ultimate team guy, bro. Like if you want a definition of a team guy, he's that guy. Like he's the team guy.
Hey man, these contracts got to be illegal. How we be making up, bro?
Well, I mean, but you just find guys that are team players that are willing to do that. Like that's the key to to managing your roster. Like you cannot have these selfish guys that just want to set the market at every position. Like that's not going to work. And you guys have successfully found guys like Jalen and Saquon, and I mean, like, Smitty too. Like a lot of the guys that aren't, they're not taking all the money that they could take, and it's going to help the rest of the roster out. So, I mean, like, power to the Eagles for that, man. I mean, I'm not gonna hit on that.
Yeah. What up, Slim? What's good with you, brother? I didn't even see all these people. I wouldn't even look at the thing.
Yeah, shit. I didn't either.
What up, Gridiron Rivals? Shout out to y'all, man. 111 people in with us, man. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is just our weekly get together, man. It's about to get crazy. So next week.
Yeah, I mean, next week gonna be interesting, man. Because I mean, and we're gonna get a chance to. I mean, like some teams is gonna try to make some power moves this week, and we're gonna talk about it.
And we'll be coming back to with Myles Garrett in that Eagles uniform, y'all.
I ain't trying to hear all that. I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not trying to hear all that.
Bro, listen. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The crash outs that will occur after that happens will be epic proportions.
See, I'm not interested in the Eagles crash outs. I'm interested in the Browns crash outs because you don't know.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The crash out from the Browns and other fan bases, not just the Browns.
It's really the Browns, though, because how many Brown fans have told me that they're not trading him? He's not getting traded. I've heard that repeatedly from multiple Browns fans. And if they were to ever trade him, the crash out would probably be epic.
I think it's going to be multiple fan bases that's going to be like, how did y'all let?
I mean, like, the Chief fans are going to be mad, bro. I'm going to tell you that right now. They're going to be mad. Be like, what the hell are y'all doing?
They just beat us. Why would you let them get better? There's no way you're doing this. You're supposed to help us, not them.
No, I'm never going to help the Chiefs out. I mean, that's just going to be rule number one, but I'm just saying.
Shoot, I don't want the Eagles to get helped out either. So there we are.
I mean, I'm not at that point, Pop, yet because the Eagles only won one Super Bowl. Like they ain't go back to back yet. Now, if they go back to back that third year, yeah. But I mean, just up and not right now for me.
We only got 2 Super Bowls. Like, come on, don't hate on us, Pop. We only got 2, bro. Like,
and I said this before the Super Bowl. I don't want no team.
No, I'm gonna hate on y'all because your fan base is unbearable. So yeah.
Some of them are bad. I ain't gonna lie.
And I ain't gonna lie. You're gonna cheat on y'all. I don't want no team doing something my team ain't do. So if you ever go for the 3-peat, I'm hating all year long. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
If we get to that, I know this show will be interesting the whole 17 games.
Oh, it will. I mean, because I'll be hating on your downfall, man. I mean, it's something, what I mean? Like, it's nothing personal. I mean, it's just business. That's all.
But first, this offseason is going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be a few teams that's going to shock people, though. It always is, but I think it's some interesting.
Oh, and there's another signing that just came down. The Chiefs are bringing back Hollywood Brown on a 1-year deal per Tom Pelissero.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I think the Chief fans was expecting that anyway. So
good shit. Yeah, they've been talking about that. Because I think the Chiefs really liked him, but unfortunately he couldn't play the season due to that injury he had. So
yeah,
that's not bad.
I mean, his deal is going to be worth up to $11 million.
Okay, so incentive heavy. All right, got you.
I mean, it's kind of what you just said. Like he didn't play a large majority of the year, but I think Hollywood could have got more money on the market though, because when he did play, he was pretty good. So I think market, yeah, he could have got more than that. But like playing for the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes is like it's a thing where you're gonna probably take a discount. So.
It'll work out for him at some point.
No, just not in that Super Bowl. That's all.
At some point, maybe they'll get back to, maybe not. But, is that all the topics we covering for today, man? Is that everything?
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. And the great thing is, like, I mean, like once free agency is kind of in the books, man. Like, like doing a little mock drafts would be easier because now now you're gonna know exactly what like each team is gonna need because free agency would have been done by then. I mean, for the most part.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess
I'm gonna definitely do a mock draft after probably this time next week.
Yeah, I'm specifically running the NFC South mock draft this upcoming Friday. Just for our division to kind of touch base, see where we think our teams mine is at in regards to the draft.
And y'all doing that in like a Twitter space, or y'all doing that on like
no, I'm probably gonna throw up a space and then we'll probably run it on PFN
and this
or
is
something
just
like
for
that.
what? And I mean, like your division, right?
Yeah, because I feel like our division don't get really talk to each other about the division group, so
I
it's
mean,
just a way for us to have.
Pop,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be
Pop.
in that place.
I've been around y'all together. I know why y'all don't get together much. I know
Wait,
why.
hold on. Time out. I literally talk to Falcons and one Buck fan just about every day. Okay, so we cool.
No,
I mean,
it's when like a bunch of y'all get together though.
you might say that, but like I didn't see NFC South spaces just get derailed. I didn't see it. So like I said, if you're gonna do that, I'm definitely gonna tune into that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, somebody gonna say something slick, and it's just gonna bust out into an argument, man. I already know. I mean, I can, I've been.
Yeah, nah, I'm here for the chaos. I ain't gonna hold you.
That will be a great space.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'll be there. But I think that's it for this week, man. We covered the bases, so next week tap in with us, man, for your weekly news, your updates. I just got access to some all 22 tapes for college football, so maybe we might drop something special for y'all, man. Little draft analysis on a couple of players with they all 22. Working on some things. So y'all stay tuned with the check down, man, on Twitter, YouTube. I can't say the line they always say, mate, where they be like, wherever you listen to your podcast. We ain't there yet. We getting there though.
Man, we trying to get there soon. So yeah.
We getting there though. So any last words for the people before we get out of here, y'all?
Nah, just keep tapping in with us every Saturday. Tell a friend, and we'll get back to y'all next Saturday with more content and conversation.
Yeah. Just I mean, just like and subscribe, man. That's all I can really say.
Like, comment, subscribe, man. Sir?
Yeah, no, y'all got it, man. Y'all be safe, man. See y'all next week.
Peace.